wakey.
Welcome back to I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where I, Phil, convinced my friend Tom to become a true stay in his heart, in his soul, and in his birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tom. We're recording this on Tom's birthday.
Thank you. Yes, we are indeed. I'm old.
You are officially old.
Yeah.
Like real old.
Yeah, but not as old as you. I remember,
Yeah.
Man, my mic is it's being loud right now. Hold on, let me turn this down. I feel like it was forever ago when you turned 30.
Yeah, it was 8 years ago.
It's insane.
Yep.
But here we are.
Yeah. And now it's official. We can actually say that we're like the oldest stay podcast. I think we also lay claim to one of the only stay podcasts.
Yeah, true.
But now we're the oldest for sure. Far and away the oldest. Two 30-plus-year-olds now viewing all of the content of Stray Kids. This week we watched content from between January 30th of 2018 and February 28th of 2018, which includes the final two episodes of season 1 of The Ninth, the reality show that follows Stray Kids around just doing kind of whatever, and the trailer for the debut album I Am Not.
Yes.
So
it looks so good.
I'm excited. It is good. It's interesting because obviously like we're in present day 2021, so 3 years later, and it's like I am so used to listening to their like modern stuff that I just realized that I've only really listened to like 2 songs from I Am Not, just because there's so much. Like, yeah, I think that oh man, I don't remember the exact number. 3RACHA has like 300 songwriting credits.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so like if you wanted, and then some of that is just like 3RACHA stuff. It's not always Stray Kids, but like that's a lot. That is a lot. But it just kind of gives you an idea of like there's a lot of content and a lot of songs, even just Stray Kids related. So it's easy to miss some stuff. So and I'll also say, I had watched the previous episodes of The Ninth that we had watched, but this week, totally fresh to me. And a lot of the content going forward, even though, like, I'm a stay and love all of Stray Kids content, I haven't seen it all. I think most stays have not seen it all. So it's really cool for me as well going through this stuff. Yeah. What did you let's cover The Ninth first. How did you feel about the Ninth in these episodes? Was it better than climbing up a hill and putting some padlocks on a fence?
I mean, it's still just kind of like weird content to me. And I mean,
it is.
It's just kind of, it's like what is the it's just like an Instagram, story. Is what this show has been. But I mean, it's not a bad thing. I guess it's just a different change of pace from the survival show for sure. Because it's just it's just them going around doing stuff, like having fun. Like anybody could do that,
Yeah. What's interesting is I noticed, I'm sure this came up in the previous episode, but I was paying attention more this time. And I noticed that, like, I hadn't realized that some of what they were doing is, like, the production staff with JYP was literally, like, interviewing each of the members and then saying, like, if you could do anything, what is it that you want to do? Like, what is it you want to do with the members? Like, what's something that you want to do? Just to, like, get ideas. And then whatever that idea was is what they would do for an episode, right? And that was true of the going up the hill and putting the locks on, because that, like, they mentioned it in this episode that was Sungmin's wish. And I was like thinking about it while we were watching this week, and I was going, man, I do remember an interview with Sungmin where he was talking about going up and doing this, but I didn't put it together that, like, oh, that is like the premise of this season, is that they're gonna like ask the members like, tell us something you wish you could do, and we'll like film it.
Yeah,
that's apparently what season 1 of The Ninth is. It's like, hey, you guys just had a survival show. It was rough. What do you wish you could do with the members right now? I at the same time, not every episode I think is that, right? Because episode 1 was all about like them moving into their apartment and just like getting to know the space and cooking and stuff like that, right? So fine. Yeah, it was fine. And you get to like see their personalities. And episode 4 that we just watched is like them talking about who they're thankful for and wanting to like provide some special gift to the people who helped them through the debut period and pre-debut period and stuff like that. So, it is interesting that those two were things, but those two don't seem necessarily like, oh, this was like a member's wish. But episode 2 and 3 were. And without beating around the bush anymore, the wishes for episode 3 were both Han or Jisung, Jisung and Felix didn't get the experience of going to school in Korea,
right?
Because Jisung was in Malaysia and Felix was in Australia, and so Felix wanted to be able to hang out with everybody and go to an amusement park, and I believe that Jisung was the one who wanted to like have the experience of cutting loose with all of the members while wearing school uniforms, matching school uniforms. And so that's what they did. They kind of combined the two. Everybody got school uniforms that were like special JYP school. And at first when they said like, oh, this is JYP school, I was like, is there a JYP school? But no, they were just joking around. It's because it was for the show. So they kind of clarified it. I was like, is that how it works? No, it's not how it works. But it was interesting. The members, some of the members enjoyed roller coasters more than others.
Yeah. It seemed like some of them had never been on a roller coaster before. Like, yeah. I mean, I guess maybe, if your whole life you've just been like going to school and practicing to become a pop star, but
Yeah. Well, Jongin I could forgive because he's 17, right? Like I get it. Like, he's super young, and he says at the beginning that he'd never gone to this place. That doesn't mean he's never gone to an amusement park, but he'd never gone to this amusement park when they asked him about it. But for most of the episode, they were just kind of being silly and then riding fun rides, and we got to kind of experience along with it. And if you're into that, it's super fun. But I will point out that there were a couple of things I noticed, and it's possible that these things happened earlier and I just happened to notice them. However, gradually the Stay fandom has like come to kind of like take the personas of the members and match them to animals. And we got three events that made me go in this one, because we got Sungmin. They called their little puppy. They kept calling him a puppy, and that does become like his like animal persona, is being like a puppy.
Okay.
So, as we've discussed previously,
his fursona?
Not a fursona, although, well, just wait. We have years until you get to that point.
Oh, no. What? No. What are you saying to me?
No. I'm just taunting you with the knowledge that I have. No, don't worry. It'll be funny. It's really funny. But what I will tell you,
so let me clarify. Nothing against furries.
Right.
Just, yeah, I'll leave it there.
Okay. Well, okay. I will further clarify that we have discussed previously that there is the Stray Kids stuffed animals.
Oh, right. Yes.
So, when those come out years from where we're watching, that we will know that that Seungmin has his is a puppy. His little stuffed animal is a puppy, and the other one that got mentioned was that the fandom, which didn't have a name at this point, because they kept calling them like the fans. They didn't call them Stay in any of this content.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that suddenly, as we were like watching it, I realized that was going on because currently in modern day, the anniversary of Stay being a thing just happened like last week, which means that we will probably get to the initializing of Stay being the name of the fandom once we get to like the end of July, August time in 2018, as we're watching through the content. So that'll be interesting, seeing when that actually comes to fruition. But so they said that the fans had already nicknamed Jongin as a Fennekin fox, saying that he looks like a Fennekin fox.
Right.
And that follows suit that is indeed what he becomes and his stuffed animal is. The last one that I noticed is Changbin. And they haven't said it all yet, but he did do something in this episode that made me go, oh, man. And that is... I'm not going to tell you.
What? Well, no.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you.
Because it will soon be revealed to me when this thing that Anna may or may not have gotten me comes in.
That's true. And I don't know if she did. She didn't tell me. She just told me, like, thanks for letting her know that was a thing that she could get.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Although it is your birthday, I suppose she could tell you because it won't be there till like October. So
right, I think she has, because she said, she got me this shirt I sent you.
Yeah,
I have another one, another ghost shirt.
Nice.
And she was like, "Well, you should open these because the other gifts that I got you are all pre-orders." So I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh man, I wonder if she pre-ordered you the new album too.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. She may have been. I don't know if the pre-orders were up when she was looking for the other thing, but it was pretty widely publicized, so maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But there's a new album coming out, so I have it pre-ordered. I pre-ordered the limited edition. Damn right I did. This is the first album, just talking about modern era, first album that has come out since I have been watching Stray Kids stuff.
Yeah.
Every other album was out, like the last album was out just before we started watching their content and following them. So yeah, pretty exciting time for me. So they rode a bunch of rides. They got a little silly. They danced along with the parade. There was a parade, and they did some goofy dancing and seemed like fun. It was a fun episode. The other thing that I noticed from this one that was pretty cool was that they got recognized by fans while they were just there, and they seemed to just think that was really cool. And so it seems pretty clear that other than the busking mission, maybe that hasn't happened to them. So that's pretty neat. So now that's much more rare that they would not get recognized, I think, unless they're wearing masks, which I think they do more often, not even to protect themselves from or to protect other people from their germs, but to actually hide their identity. So that's really all the thoughts that I had on that episode. Anything stand out to you?
No, not really. I mean, it was they had a good time, right? They went around and rode some rides, did some things, and it was all fun. But one thing that I did appreciate was when they wrote the letters to each other, that was nice.
That's in episode 4, and they It was pretty nice. It starts with them making lunch boxes for some of the members, and like 3 of the members make lunch for 3 of the other members and write them letters. I thought my favorite one was obviously Minho writing a letter to... Who did he write his letter to? It was like full of backhanded compliments. Oh, was it Changbin? Did he write it to Changbin? Am I crazy?
Which one?
Minho?
Minho? No, Minho's was to Jungin, I thought.
It was it? All right. You know what? We're going to have to do.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just go.
I'm going to have to look it up. Sorry. It's just what's going to happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with it. Ah, okay. He wrote his letter to Sungmin.
Sungmin, that's right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But and he he drew a snail with Sungmin's face. Ostensibly, it's an awful drawing, but it's a snail with Sungmin's face, and yeah, it was full of these like backhanded compliments. He was like, I felt really bad because you were crying so hard. Why were you crying so hard? Are you a baby or something? Like, it was just really funny. Like, I don't know. That's Minho's sense of humor to like be serious and kind while also mocking someone. I don't know. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Felix is the one who wrote a letter for Changbin and talked about how he helped him with his rapping and pronunciation. Yeah. And then Jongin gave a letter to Bangchan for taking care of him when he didn't know what to do when he was a new trainee. So yeah, it was good. The next group of people who like got together gifts for various folks who had helped them out was like, it's definitely like a cultural thing where I was like, I don't get it a little bit, like that all of the next people, because it's Hyunjin got gifts for like the people who train him at JYP, right. And I'm like, okay. Like, I don't, and the gifts he got them though were also like, it was like deodorant. Like, I don't know
what you saying there.
I know. And then Jisung got like snacks and vitamins for the people who help him at JYP. And then Woojin put together a gift pack, a little pack of goods full of stuff that for his brother, based on what you need in the military. And I know, like, Tom, you're in the military, so I know that, like, those things, could you, like, give us some insight on, like, why those things are important? Like, what did he give?
Okay, so I don't get this at all. So he puts together, like, I don't know if he's, like, sending this as a joke. He seemed very genuine.
Yeah,
and, like he gave no indication. I was expecting like him to look at the camera and like make a little smirk or something, you know. But
right,
no, yeah. he was like
very serious.
Yep, my brother wants this.
He looked it up online.
He sent him like foundation and lip gloss, and some like concealer or something, like makeup. Like
he sent him a face mask.
Oh right, yeah,
like
face
like
mask.
Like, you know, like a face mask with like and he sent him lotion, and he sent him like lip balm, but you're right, like the type of products that he was giving him were not like,
they're pretty feminine.
Like yeah, exactly. They were like covered in flowers and stuff. It was very feminine. And I was like, okay, well,
Which
different strokes, I guess.
I mean, like, no shame in, like, you know, taking care of your body, like taking care of your face using products when you need to. But to claim that these are the things that people in the military want is so far from reality. At least in my opinion.
Are you saying that, like, what you want after a long day of being on watch and throwing lines and reattaching lines is not a face mask?
It's not, surprisingly, no. What I would like is, like, snacks that I can't get, you know, from the ship store or from depending on what type of military you're in. Like, you know, most people have like a local snack shop, you know. But it's very limited. So yeah, like, if you could get local snacks, that's probably like the cool thing, or like homemade snacks. Or just like, you know, honestly, I've only ever received one package. So I would say, honestly, anything. Just receiving mail from someone other than like what you order online is pretty special. So
all right. So okay, well, oh man, I'm gonna make a note of this, and the next time that you're underway, I am going to send you like 50 face masks.
Okay, great. Yeah.
You can hand them out, spread them around. Everybody can do a face mask on the ship.
Yeah.
You're going to pull up in the next port, and everybody's skin is going to be sparkling and spotless.
Oh yeah. We're going to be pulling all the ladies.
That's right. Maybe Jisung and Woojin should have swapped, because, you know, Jisung was giving products to people who helped him out at JYP, so you know, they probably could use like face masks and stuff like that, whereas his brother could have had all those snacks. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. South Korean military, I don't understand it. Apparently, I would like to do more research about like how the conscription works and like what the whole deal is, and just South Korean history in general, because, like, I don't know, they were a dictatorship, and like a military dictatorship after the Korean War for like 30 years. So, you know, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in that whole period of history post Korean War,
right?
Where, like, I don't know, it's you know, after World War II, you know, we largely think of, you know, the MacArthur era in Japan, right? So where they like did a lot of rebuilding, and that's true in Europe too. We did a lot of rebuilding and stuff. In Korea, apparently there was a military dictatorship that was super weird, and like it got overturned when the dude who was the military dictator instead became the president. So not really. I don't know. It's weird. I'm interested in it, and so I'd like to actually dig into it, get some more deets, and maybe there will be like a special episode we'll do that's just like, let's just look at South Korean history, because like some of that influences what goes on today.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're all like, everyone's conscripted. Like you must put in 2 years in the military. Every single person. So I don't know.
Well, every male, right?
Every male, right? Yeah. Although I think that is changing. I think I saw something recently that said that the women were going to be added into the military. So I don't know. Although I still don't know if it's forced or not, and or I don't know how it's going to affect people who are in pop groups. Yeah. And I don't know how it's going to affect people like Bongchan and Felix, who are you know, from out of country. I know that if you become a South Korean citizen and you give up your passports for other countries, like if you surrender your Australian passport, let's say, then you're like officially South Korean, and you must comply with the conscription. You have to go. So I don't know. But I know a member of another boy group who's from Chicago, and he did not go. So I don't know.
Like anyway. A member of a Korean group, but he's from Chicago.
So yeah, he's from Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you're a dual citizen, I imagine that you would be dual citizen if you're
right. Yeah.
You know, in a K-pop group, you don't have to.
Right. Exactly. So they move on to the final two people giving thanks, and it's Sungmin and Changbin, and both of theirs were super weird. I thought, like, okay, so Sungmin's and this is just like a difference in culture, right? Because like his whole deal was he's like writing and creating this like thank you letter for his homeroom teacher for like all of the hardship that they've had to go through because he's been dealing with the survival show and all that stuff and like trying to keep up with his studies. And I get that, but like I don't know about your school, but like when I was in school, homeroom, quote unquote homeroom, was like the first day of school and then never again until the next year. So homeroom teacher, I don't know any homeroom teacher. I just had my classes and those teachers. But in Japan and Korea, like I have a similar system where you actually go, you have a homeroom, and the teachers, you stay in your class and the teachers rotate between classrooms and teach different subjects.
That is not how that works here. Well, at least where I went to school.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, you stay in your room, and like I don't know how it is in South Korea. I am more familiar with how school works in Japan because of all of the weebiness that I have inside me. Mm-hmm. So like I'm familiar that like they're given a lot of responsibility. Like the actual class takes its own attendance. They're responsible for assigning out cleaning the classroom and stacking up the chairs at the end of the week. Like they have to do all of this stuff independently. Well, like they're assigned it and assign different roles within the class. And since these are the people you're going to be seeing in every single class for the entire year, like you don't want to really like screw these people over. So yeah, it's interesting. So I don't know. I'm glad that he's thankful for his teacher, but I also know that Sungmin is an excellent student. So I don't know what his whole thing is about. Like, oh, I made it really hard on you this year. I'm like, in what way? Explain yourself. But he's not going to, of course. Like, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, he gets great grades. So is it just like, oh, I was absent a lot? I don't know. Then Changbin is writing a letter to his dad, and he starts it off by writing him a rap, which was, pretty endearing. It was all about like how like his dad supported him and sacrificed for him, and now he wants to like work hard to make it, come to fruition and be I don't know, like well done in honor of his dad, which is cool.
Right.
But the other part of it was that he thought, why I bought this little binder and I'm going to take a bunch of Polaroids of myself in different cute positions and then include that with his thank you note. And I was like, at first, when he said he was going to do that, I thought that he was going to, like take it around to their dorm and like maybe go out to eat, like, get pictures of him in different situations so his dad can see what his like everyday life is like, living there and living with the members and all that, right? That's what makes sense to me. But it seemed like he literally just like shot different poses of himself in that room and was like, good enough. All done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. As a father, Logan sends me pictures and videos of random stuff all the time, and I'm like, you're great, kid. Like, it's fine. Like, that's fine. So I get it. It's okay. And then of course the sappiest moment of all of the Stray Kids members gather together and they're talking about the season and who they were thankful for and everything. And they finally get to the leader, Bangchan, and he says he's thankful for all of the members and everything that they went through together, and that he had been at JYP basically waiting for the right people to come along that he would debut with, and they were them, and so that's why it's so important to him. And everybody starts crying. Oh, he's so sad. Changbin cries the hardest, which I thought was interesting. I mean, he did that a lot during the Survival show too, I suppose.
Yeah.
But Changbin may even have been, I don't remember exactly from the episode when we went over their timeline of when they joined JYP, but I believe he was there. He got there after Jisung, because I remember Jisung saying that like he thought he was the shit at rapping, like he was the best rapper, and then he met Changbin.
Yeah.
So it must have been after that, but like those three have been together the longest. So I think it meant a lot to them that like, yeah, it is nice that they actually finally got to debut and not just be SoundCloud rappers, which is essentially what they were doing. They were releasing albums on SoundCloud. Like,
right.
It's not a joke. The other thing that came of this is Bangchan designed a logo for Stray Kids and put it on a hoodie, and they all got matching hoodies because they had talked about dreaming about having like their own like uniform or their own practice uniforms or whatever, so they would all match, and so they got hoodies for them all with that logo. And that logo, it looked great. I thought it looked good. But it is actually really close to the Stray Kids logo that they like currently use on merch and stuff. I was surprised at just how close it was. And I believe that even the final version, if not based off of that, was actually designed by Bangchan. Like, it is his handwriting. So
right.
It's pretty crazy. He's multi-talented. But that was it. That was the 9th. They were very thankful. They thanked all the people for watching and each other, and they're like a family. It's great. Yeah. Season 1 of the 9th in the can.
Done.
No more of that. Then we moved on and we watched the trailer for I Am Not. Not every album has a trailer. I tried to find album trailers for everything, and there was a night where Jeanette and I were like watching album trailers for all their different albums, and like this one is awesome. The most recent one is really good, but like the rest of them are either don't exist. There's some mini albums that just don't have it, or like they're interesting, but like I don't know, not as crazy, not as like I don't know, well produced. And they're all pretty well produced, but like they're just like, there's an album coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like this one like has a story.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's in this like weird world where everybody is conforming, and you have to be happy, and like there's a way you need to present yourself. It's a very like Fahrenheit 451 type of like 1984 situation where like the society is dominating everybody's personalities and existence. There's a lot of like themes of it. Like you can see like Changbin's I love the best because he loves dark, and in it he's like frowning. He's frowning. He's got a scowl on his face. He looks like his dark persona, right? Like he puts on that look, like he's gonna grr at the law of total madness on us. And there's several like TV screens around him that show him like smiling and stuff, and he's like looking at them and looking away, like rejecting that. Minho walks up to a chalkboard with a bunch of people like writing things on it, and he just writes I am not. So it's all like very like rejecting the societal pressure to like conform. Like that's like the whole arc of everything, but everyone gets their own little scene, their own little vignette of like them rejecting some kind of control, social control.
Yeah.
And then, of course, come the very end, everyone's wearing white, wearing these like white hoodies, white pants, and slowly the 9 of them start to pull off their hoodies and turn around, and very much like showing the metaphor of like, we're gonna turn against this oppressive society. Yeah, Stray Kids, woo. So what'd you think? You excited?
Oh yeah. I don't know if the background audio for that was part of a song or what it was supposed to be, but I was digging it and I want it and I need it.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Yeah. No, so we'll talk a little bit now about what our next episode is going to be, because I was proactive because I was bored, and I went ahead and bookmarked all of the things that we're going to be watching. That way, it would be easier to find. So next episode, we're going to watch the 2 music videos. I think this is the order we're going to go into. There's 2 music videos that they release for this next album. And so we're going to watch both of those. And I think we're going to watch them right up top. And then they have 2 episodes on VLive where they discuss the album and what like the meaning of the songs were and stuff. Like a lot of that kind of content that we got from watching the Stray Kids survival show, of them like saying like, this is this song and this is kind of the meaning we were thinking of, and like if we were having a hard time or doing well or improving or what, like all of that's in there. So
yeah,
next episode is gonna feel like so much better about like them actually making music and like what that process was like for them. So there's 2 episodes of that. They're not that long. And then we're gonna watch SKZ or SK Talker episodes 1 and 2, and I believe that those are like interview episodes where they just kind of like either interview or talk directly to the camera, answer some questions or whatever. So will be interesting. I will watch those. I feel like I have to watch them ahead of time just so I know what we're getting ourselves into with those. But those are super short. Those are like 10 minutes a piece. So I think we're going to have probably like an hour of watching. Then we'll actually record, and that's when we get to open I Am Not and see what cards we pull.
Oh, woo! Shit.
I know. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
So it's going to be great. Yeah. Gotta be fun. But that is it for this episode. It's Tom's birthday, so everyone subscribe to him on Twitch, twitch.tv twitch.tv/txtom. Subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you on the next episode. Any final thoughts?
No, I'm just excited for the next piece of content that we get to.
I know, it's so good.
I need it. I've only been able to listen to mixtape so far, and I need more.
I know. You accidentally on stream tonight listened to another song, a more recent song. You've listened to it before, to be fair. So it was like the first song that I ever sent you and I was like, listen to this. This is crazy. So, but it'll be cool once we get to that era as we go through. So. All right, well, thanks for listening, everybody, and we will see you again on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.